Well, bore da. Good morning, everyone. A big welcome to you all to the second World Environment Day Assembly this morning during Ethical and Empathy Fortnight. I'm Suan Richards from e-sgol, and it's a pleasure to have the company of Tim Watt from Keep Wales Tidy. Bore da, Tim. How are you?
But I'm great, thank you. Thanks for having us along again. Really
Da
excited about this
iawn.
morning's
Oh,
assembly.
brilliant. Right then, we'll get started, I think, and see some pictures of what pupils across Wales have been doing during uh, Environment Day and to celebrate Environment Day, which was held last week on the 5th of June, if I'm right in saying. So we'll start with Ysgol Gymraeg Bro Ogwr from Bridgend. Now they've been busy using recycled material to create, I think they're worlds, and they look brilliant with the pupils, don't they?
Yeah, fantastic.
Lovely to see materials being reused as part of a lesson, isn't it?
It is, and they look found such creativity, look absolutely brilliant,
Yeah.
and really helping share awareness across the school as well. I think by creating such artworks, brilliant stuff.
Exactly, yes. Now then, we'll go to Ceredigion next, to Ysgol Gynradd Rhos and Ysgol y Ferry, who've been busy working hard to explore a range of texts, diving into the many ways they can help protect the earth. And it's wonderful to see that beautiful heart with the world open up with information about how the pupils believe they can protect the earth. I can see no driving there, or driving less possibly, and using other ways of getting around, isn't it? And then Ysgol yr Dderi, the little children have been out in the outdoors writing on the boards to say how they can protect the seas from rubbish, and to save and to make sure that our animals are safe in the seas, isn't it?
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I have to say that looks lots of fun outside drawing on the board. It
Isn't
does.
it just wonderful? Da iawn. Well done, everyone. Right, then we'll go to Powys next, to Ysgol Carno. And it's wonderful to see that they've been out watching the recycling lorry collect the rubbish and sort them into different categories. Well, I say that, I suppose people have sorted the rubbish out already before the lorry men and the lorry arrives. And it's wonderful to see the pupils help as well, ensuring that rubbish is separated and recycled. Da iawn, Ysgol Carno. Gwych. And then we go to Carmarthenshire, to Llandeilo Primary School. And wonderful to see all the pupils wearing green for World Environment Day to support the eco spirit. Wonderful. I'm sure you do a lot of work in your school for the environment and for eco. Wonderful. Now then, those are some examples, Tim, of here in Wales. Let's have a look further afield now then we'll start with the 9 principles of eco schools firstly then.
Okay, fabulous stuff. Well, I have to say they're wonderful examples we've just seen. Absolutely brilliant. I am wearing green today. Maybe a week late. I should have been like Ascot Fandela, shouldn't I? Wearing it a week ago. But really, we thought it'd be really worthwhile just to remind ourselves of the 9 topics that make up eco schools. Lots of them covered by those examples we've just seen. And we've got these icons that represent them. We should see if we can try and work out what they represent. So at the top, we've got a light bulb. What do you reckon that might represent, Sue? And what eco schools topic? If you had to have a guess.
Oh, I'm thinking light bulbs, so electricity and energy.
Spot on, you're absolutely right. It's energy. And one of the really important things we hope schools do is reduce their energy usage, because it helps tackle climate change and also importantly helps save money for the school as well. So it could be as simple as a little campaign to get everyone switching off their lights or their screens in class. Some schools even do it as a bit of a competition between classes, who's got the most things switched off. So that's that one. As we move around, we've got our, well, see if you can guess the next one. I think it's quite an obvious one, this one, maybe. I've even got it on my t-shirt, I think, here. It's,
Well, I think it's a man and or a woman popping rubbish into the bin. So litter and ensuring we put rubbish in the bin.
yeah, that one's tackling litter. Do you know, shockingly, over 90% of streets in Wales have litter on them. So there's litter
Mm.
everywhere. So tackling litter within our school or our local community is a really important thing to do. And one of the best ways you can help your local environment because it makes the place look nicer and it helps wildlife. So yeah, tackling litter is our next one. Loads of schools are brilliant at tackling litter, I'm proud to
Mm.
say. So that's a good one.
Mm.
So we keep going around clockwise, I reckon. Up next, we've got a water drop. I'm not going to ask you for that one because I think it's kind of obvious, maybe,
Yeah.
that that one's to do about tackling water wastage, reducing water waste. Um, so lots of schools may investigate if they've got push taps that stop dripping, which is a great way of
Mm.
stopping wasting water. Or it could be having a water butt in your school grounds that collects rainwater that you use to water your plants with, rather than having to use your
Mm.
tap water. So that's that water one. Coming around, maybe a bit of a trickier one with the tree. What do you reckon that might
Yeah.
represent?
I'm thinking about nature. Um, yeah, and a big word, biodiversity, I've heard as well for this topic.
Yeah, this is a bit of a trick one because we've also, I'm going to give you the one that's further along as well. I've got a B there, which is our
Yeah.
biodiversity topic. So
Okay.
our tree here represents school grounds. And what we look for in a good
Ah.
eco school is that the school grounds not only great for wildlife, which we'll come on for later on, but also great for the pupils. So is there space where they
Mm.
can play? Have they got boards where people can draw on, like we saw in that example we just seen?
Mm.
Are there quiet spaces, which are really important? Some people need that little space just to have a relax after a busy day at school, don't they? So the tree
Yeah.
represents our school grounds and checking we've got school
Right.
grounds that are suitable for everyone. But yeah, it's a bit of a trick. It's hard to think of a logo for a school ground, so we went for trees because we think having a bit of greenery in your school grounds can make them a much nicer space as well. So that's kind
Yeah.
of, yeah. So that was that
Mm.
one. As we come around, we've got our heart up next. What do you think that one
Oh,
is?
I like this one. Well, to make sure that we are healthy, so healthy, make sure that we live healthily.
Exactly, spot on. So this topic's all to do with health and well-being, and making sure you're exactly right that we're healthy. That schools are doing what we can to make sure we're healthy. It could involve growing your own food. It could involve
Mm.
maybe doing something like the daily mile to get you outside of class and moving around. It
Mm.
involves lots of things, but so that one's all to do with health and well-being. That's exactly right. We're working, doing well at these. So coming around, we've got up next. We've got two footprints. What do you reckon that might represent?
Yeah, when I see this, I always want to say for us to move, but it's more than that, isn't it?
You're kind of on the right track, though. This
Yeah.
one's to do with travel and thinking about how we
Okay.
travel places, in particular to school, can have a big impact on the planet.
Mm.
And what we try and help schools do is get pupils to school in a sustainable way, in an active way as well. Active travel is really important. So it's maybe trying to encourage people to walk or cycle or scoot if they can. Might be encouraging people not to car share if they can. It's a tricky one because parents have got
Mm.
to get to places and carers have got to get to places. So, but yeah, that's one. Trying to get people actively traveling to school if they can. Maybe one day a week even can help. So that's that one. And we've got lots of brilliant people like Sustrans and there's other schemes as well that help people do that. So that one's travel and getting travel to school because that can really help the planet if we reduce the number of cars on the road. We've kind of already done the next one because it was a bit of a trick, but the B is
Yeah.
biodiversity. You were right earlier on. So biodiversity, this is all about helping wildlife. Wildlife's in trouble here in Wales, and we need to do everything we can. And every school can help, no matter what space they've got, even if they've just got a small concrete yard. Putting something in to help wildlife, whether it's creating a habitat or putting food out for the birds in the winter, can really help. And it can be as simple as a pile of logs, a pile of leaves in the corner,
Mm.
just left there, will become a home for wildlife. So, yeah, that's one of my favourite ones because it's something we can all
Yeah.
do to help. And yeah, some schools go even further and plant lots of trees and things, but that's our biodiversity one. And I think we've got our top corner one there, sort of
Mm.
swirly arrows. What do you think that one
Yeah,
means?
that looks like the symbol for recycling.
And you're spot on. It's to do with recycling. Overall, it's to do with reducing waste, we say. Can we reduce the amount of waste we produce? So it could be making sure we recycle properly. It can be do with reusing things again. So making sure if you've got a bit of paper, if you use one side, that you use the other side as well. You don't just put it straight in the recycling bin. It can be even be buying less stuff, which sounds quite a simple concept. But if we
Yeah.
buy less stuff, we've got less waste. So that one's all to do about reducing the amount of waste we produce. Once again, it helps save money too for your school if you can reduce the amount of waste you're producing. So that one's all to do with waste. And we see loads of great examples of schools tackling the amount of food waste they've got in their canteen, or tackling the amount of waste going into bins. So that's a really good one. And reusing stuff's a great way of reducing waste. So that kind of brings our outside in. We've got one more hanging around in the middle, which kind of overcomes all of them, and it's got a map of the world. I'm going to tell you this one just to end on. This one's global citizenship, because it kind of reaches in all of the categories in some ways. But this is about us remembering that we're looking after our school and community, but we're also part of the whole world. And we've got to take care of our planet Earth. We've only got one. So it's remembering we're citizens of the whole world. We all belong to the world. So everything plays a part. And what I always like to think is that the young people, not just here in Wales, but across all the world, doing their bits to help, doing all these different things we've just mentioned. So it's kind of a nice one. So that's our topics at Eco Schools. So you might be thinking to yourselves, oh, we're in school, we're doing this and that. You might be thinking, oh, we're doing that topic, or we're doing that topic. So there we go. That's it. Well, you're pretty good at this, Sue-Ann. Diane.
Well, thank you. I have seen them once or twice before. But yeah, it's great to go through them and have a recap on them. Wonderful. Now, we've seen examples from Wales. What about elsewhere in the world? Let's have a look. Where are we here then, Tim?
Wow, it kind of links to that last point I just made about being global citizens, because there's schools all around the world doing stuff. And this school is up on the Isle of Lewis in the northwest of Scotland, so quite far from us. It's called Sgol Arua. I checked out how to say it, and it's a Gaelic speaking school. They've just got their first green flag for Eco Schools, and they've done loads of work on how to be sustainable, looking at different sustainable energy sources. You can see they've made some sort of wind turbines and things like that, and they've become the sustainable champions for their whole community, sort of spreading the word about how it's so important. So yeah, really proud that they're an eco school, just like schools here in Wales. So that's from the islands. And I think if we on our next time, we've even zoomed out further out into the world, haven't we?
Yes.
We've gone all the way to Tanzania for this one.
Wow.
And you might recognise the green flag those pupils are flying at the bottom there, holding up proudly. And these are eco schools in Tanzania and Africa. They've done loads of work trying to educate the community about deforestation, about why it's bad to cut down trees. They've been doing work themselves to plant trees. And they were so impressive in what they did. The Prime Minister of Tanzania invited them to come and speak in front of all the important people. And you can see that in that top photo there. So brilliant work. And once again, part of the Eco School family. And I find it really exciting that there's young people all around the world doing things like this. So there we go. A couple of examples from further afield to go with our ones from Wales as well.
Yeah, brilliant. It's great to see the work that's going on. Now, I'm sure a lot of these schools are a part of Eco Schools. If they want to do more, or if they aren't a part and want to join, what do they need to do, Tim?
Wow, if you're thinking to yourself, we'd love to do more, we want to be part of this Eco Schools movement, it's really easy. There's people like myself dotted all around Wales, Eco Schools officers, here to help you. We'll help you to get the awards, we help share ideas. Part of our job is to hear things we hear in one school and share with other schools, because that's a really nice way to learn, because we found out that young people have the best ideas. We sort of share them with each other. So if you go to the Keep Wales Tidy website, you can click on the Eco Schools option, and it brings up all our resources, all the things we've seen, some examples from schools, but also there's a contact us option, and you can click on that, and you put where you are in Wales, and it tell you who your local Eco Schools officer is. So if you're up in the northeast, it's me, but if there's one of us dotted all around Wales, here to help you. So yeah.
Wonderful. And it's great to share ideas and see what other schools are doing.
Absolutely.
As Essil said earlier, there's no point reinventing the wheel. We might as well share our resources and do what we can. Every little helps. And I love the one with the party there on the screen, where they've created a box of plates and bowls and cups that you can borrow from or hire from the school for £1, and then take them back and reuse them. I think that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah. And that came from the Eco Committee, so from the pupils themselves. And we've seen on the side that, brilliant, we're going to share that with as many schools as we can. So yeah. I've got one of the best jobs you could have, which is visiting schools and hearing all these brilliant things. So there we go. Yeah, fabulous idea. So, and we love celebrating what schools are doing too. So let us know if you've been doing stuff too.
Brilliant.